Hello, everybody. Man, it is one incredible day. You see all that nice blue sky and green leaves that are just popping out everywhere. Yep. And it's also one incredible day that's coming up this Sunday as we celebrate the Feast of Pentecost. Yeah, the Feast of Pentecost, when the Holy Spirit was poured out upon the disciples. And it was just an amazing day with wind and fire and the disciples speaking in different languages. Just an awesome day. Sometimes it's called the birthday of the church. I don't know if it's so much that as it is the explosion of God's Spirit out on the people. But, hey, let's get back to the word Pentecost itself. What was the Feast of Pentecost? That is our Testy Tuesday question of the day. What is the Feast of Pentecost? I will give you a couple of answers here. You tell me which one is the right one. All right. Number one, it is a festival day that falls 50 days after Passover. An ancient Jewish festival day, 50 days after Passover. Number two, it's a festival that celebrates Moses giving the law to the people after he went up to Mount Sinai. Remember, he got those 10 commandments and he gave it to the people. And supposedly, by tradition, that was 50 days after they had left Egypt. Okay. Number three, it was just simply a day, and an important day, to celebrate their liberation from Egypt by Moses. The actual time that they left Egypt. Number four, it was a festival amongst the Jewish people that was also known as the Festival of Booths, in which they would set up little booths, like little stands, and exchange gifts with one another. Okay? You get all that? Yeah, there's an awful lot packed in there. First one, it was a festival day, 50 days after Passover. Second one, it was a celebration of Moses giving the people the 10 commandments after he went up to Mount Sinai. The third one was just simply a celebration of liberation from the Egyptians. And number four, it was also a festival, a harvest festival that was known as the Feast of Booths, in which people would set up little shop-like booths and exchange gifts and have all kind of goodies. Well, do you know what it is? I have a confession to make. This is kind of a trick question because two of the answers I gave you are correct. So, yeah, I'm not going to apologize. I'm giving you a chance to be right. An extra chance to be right. So, actually ends up being 50-50, right? If you get... All right. The answers. The two correct answers are, number one, it is that harvest festival, kind of the very first early harvest festival that occurred 50 days after Passover. Pentecost. Penta, 50. And the second one is, by tradition, Moses went up on Mount Sinai to get the 10 commandments 50 days after they left Egypt. So, either one of the first two is a correct answer. They were celebrated simultaneously. Okay? Both those things were celebrated. But what it has become in the Christian church is a day that we've set aside at the end of the Easter season. Kind of technically it is in the Easter season. It's the very, very, very last day. But it pushes us into a whole new thing called the season, the long, long green season of Pentecost. And it's a wild experience, and we're going to talk a little more about it this week, especially as we look at the Gospel of Luke. That'll be our Gospel reading as well, because the whole episode of what's going on in Pentecost, the outpouring of the Spirit, comes from the book of Acts, Luke, Acts. All right, and there's some amazing things. People hearing the disciples speak in their own language. Oh, we have all kind of crazy things like fire sitting on their heads. We have the wind blowing, the sound of a mighty wind. The people who rushed to see all this happening thought the disciples were drunk. And Peter gets up and gives the most amazing sermon ever. Peter, the one who had denied Jesus. Oh, there's a lot going on in this, so be ready, be prepared. We've got a great week ahead of us. So hopefully you got the answer right. The first two, it is an ancient Israelite holiday, feast day that turned into just an awesome day for all of Christianity. Blessings be with you.